Good morning. This is Voodoo Review, and we about to open, oh God, what is this? This is After Dinner Mixture MMX, supposedly Tobacco of the Year. Made in Germany by Planta Tobacco Berlin. I'm probably saying Planta wrong, but that's how I would have said it. Live too close to the border here in Houston, you're gonna say Planta too. No big deal. Alright, got a pound of it. Thank you to smokingpipes.com. They were running a sale. You should be checking them out on a regular basis. They run sales all the time. It's often in bulk, but sometimes in tins. Right now, I think they've been running a Dunhill bag for 35 bucks. Yeah, the only thing keeping me from purchasing that this time was that I could get 2 pounds for 40 bucks instead of 1 pound for 35. I don't know about the math there, but yeah. I'm not crazy and I'm not rich. I'm reviewing pipe tobacco and cigars when I can get them. Alright, so let's open this big ass sack up. It's huge. Smokingpipes.com also put the wrong label on it. Look, it's right there. It says Cosmopolitan Mix, but right here it says After Dinner Mix. Hey, I don't care. I got a bag of Cosmopolitan Mix too, so what does it matter? I worried a little bit when it first showed up because both bags said Cosmopolitan Mix. Damn it. Okay. I got a little bitty hole. And I can smell the alcohol. It's there's definitely a little alcohol tint to it. A little bit of a chocolate. Bag is sealed like a beast. Destroying the bag even getting it open. Alright, so I took the time to get an HEB gallon bag. For those of you who don't live in Texas, sorry about your luck. HEB is my preferred chance to shop, but if you're getting a pound and you're not putting it directly into a jar, if you're doing like I am and you're doing reviews, I would suggest gallon-sized bags. It is way too damn much for anything short of a gallon sack or jar. I mean, you can get what you want, but you're going to be getting a lot of tobacco in a gallon bag, and that's about what a pound is a gallon of tobacco. Gallon normally takes me about a month to smoke. Yeah, I smoke a lot. Okay, but let me think about this here. On Mondays, when I do a review, I use 4 pipes. I smoke easily an ounce of tobacco on a Monday. So for 1 month to get a gallon bag worth, 1 pound worth, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, I'm not rich. For those who know my real name, let's just say my last name's not Trump. Some of y'all thought that was funny. Some of y'all just found the humor in it like I did. Alright, so let's look at this. Look at those colors. Oh my God. I am already telling you. Alright, this is a ribbon cut. Plenty of black Cavendish in there. From the color, I'm going to say some Virginias. Let's look at what the bag actually says. Honey-colored Virginias and black Cavendish are here, carefully balanced against the aroma of chocolates, smoky Scotch whiskeys. I said we smelled some alcohol in there. For a full-bodied, relaxing smoke, blended by hand. Now, let's figure out what full-bodied is for Germany. Is it going to compare to full-bodied for Texas? I mean, there's a lot of information here that there's no information about. It's kind of difficult to figure out whether this is an actual statement of somebody who just wants to sell tobacco, or did they actually do some homework and find out, hey, this is a full-bodied blend. We can actually do this stuff. Let's get that bag note. I like to call it the bag note. Okay. I could catch a little chocolate in there. It's not like a Hershey bar chocolate. It's kind of... it's light. It's like a Hershey's Kiss, not a Hershey's chocolate bar. That's just not a good explanation. If you have a specific chocolate that you absolutely enjoy, it's not going to be quite that scent. It's going to be an industrial chocolate. Think about the chocolate bunnies that are about to be out all over the place for Easter. They're hollow. They're relatively not great for taste, but they're everywhere. And if you just want a little bit of chocolate, it's not terrible, but this is what my nose is picking up. Maybe not yours, but mine. Okay. I could see how they could say a little bit of Scotch in there, maybe. If the Scotch was a port cask Scotch, that's what it smells like to me. I've had plenty. Glenmorangie, sometimes called Glenmorangie, or Glenmorangie, or half a dozen other names. Most people pronounce it wrong. In fact, I had a Scotchman sit down, smoke a cigar with me, and he told me that it is Glenmorangie. Being that he grew up in Scotland and that's where it comes from, I have no reason to say that he's wrong, but if someone tells me that I'm wrong, let me know how to say it, and I'll fix that problem. Oh, God. All right, where to go from here? Honestly, the best place to go from here is to pack a bowl and light this sucker up. Let's at least get through the first little taste. Maybe this is going to work out. Maybe this is not. This is not, in any way, shape, or form, a review. If you want the review, please go to www. Now this is all one word. You got to type it. It's excessively long. I screwed up by making the website this way, but it's www.pipes, that's plural pipes, cigars, that's plural cigars, reviews, that's plural reviews. So here we go. www.pipescigarsreviews.wordpress.com. Yes, I know. I made it super long so that nobody else would ever hope to copy it. Unfortunately, you got to be able to type 60 words a minute so your phone doesn't time out before you can get to the website. Anyways, my little review's been going since October. I do one review a week. I try to do a post a day, but I found that I'm running out of material. Mostly because there's just not that much background material on the same makers of pipe tobacco. And eventually you start running into the fact that almost all the cigar manufacturers come out of the same plants somewhere in Nicaragua or Cuba or Dominican Republic. I've got to remember LFD. Thank you very much, LFD. My shout out for y'all to today. I've smoked a lot of your stuff. The Andalusian Bull was excellent. I suggest a Saison beer if you're going to drink a beer and smoke that cigar. And my personal choice on that one would be the Megadeth beer, which you could find at www.megadethbeer.com. It takes you to Unibrew, which is out of Canada. Awesome beers. If you've never had a brew from Unibrew, and I'm probably saying their name wrong, but that's the way it looks to me, is Unibrew. God. I have not had a bad beer out of them. I've had some that I didn't like because of flavors. Not everybody's flavor profile is the same, but I've never had a bad beer out of them. Anyways, the Megadeth beer on an LFD Andalusian Bull, excellent pairing. Hey, it was only Cigar of the Year last year. I better at least know one of those cigars and how to pair it. Squawk, parrot. Squawk, squawk, parrot. Never mind. Yes, I'm a little goofy. Who cares? You got to be a little goofy to live in Houston and smoke pipes and cigars. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm lowering some truck windows and venting just enough so that as I'm smoking this pipe, I'm not choking myself. And yes, I happen to be near an airport. In case you happen to be hearing an airplane fly over, there is a reason. So let's find out what this is like. I've got it packed. I'm ready to go. No big deal. This is why I don't do video reviews very often. I don't like to do a whole lot of, here, watch me smoke a pipe. That's like my nieces, and here, watch me watch a person play a video game. Why don't you just go play the video game? Do something. Don't watch somebody do something. Do it yourself. I know, I'm saying that as I'm having you watch me smoke a pipe. Yeah, great. Awesome idea there, huh? Ooh, somebody decides to go speeding along. Loud truck. No big deal. Let's try to relight this and get a little more of this flavor. Hopefully I can figure out a way to edit most of this useless me smoking a pipe out and maybe make something enjoyable, watchable. Now, I did not dry this blend out. It felt plenty dry enough when I was mixing it by hand in the bag. Hey, look, I guess that means it was mixed by hand. It says so right on the original packaging. Anyways, that chocolate's not really coming through all that much. Again, I'm getting a little bit of that alcohol from whatever they did to add that flavor in there. And again, it tastes very similar to the Glenmorangie port. It's great bourbon if you like bourbon. Oh God, what am I saying? It's a great scotch if you like scotch. Bourbon, I wish I had bourbon. I wouldn't be in this truck right now if I had bourbon. Guaranteed I'd be sitting at house, a couple of rocks, and a nice tall glass. It's not bad, but there's a lack of flavor from what I would prefer. Smoke's thin, white. It's got a nice room note. I can't really tell you if it's that as is described by them or not, but room note's not bad. It's not obnoxious. So I'm using a Missouri Meerschaum, the most basic pipe they make. You can get these at Walgreens, half a dozen Walmarts that I've been to, and good Lord, you can pick them up just about anywhere. It's an excellent smoking pipe, especially if you're trying to taste something for the first time. If you know how to clean them out and ream them out and keep them in good condition, they smoke just fine. There we go. Let's get some heat on it. All right, a little more smoke coming up off of it now. Gonna roll down the windows a little farther. Woohoo, look at there. It's gonna fade me out because it's gonna focus on the smoke. All right, let's roll down the windows good and plenty so that we can get the smoke out of here and maybe keep from phasing me out. Interestingly enough, you notice that the shirt says Louisville, Kentucky. Hooters, Louisville, Kentucky. I quite literally spent a month back in, God, what was it? 06? I think it was. It might have been 05. Anyways, I was down in that area and they had a nice black shirt hanging on a wall. I like the color black, so I bought it. When you're out on a job and you're miles from home, you do crazy things. So the flavor's not bad. It's more of a tobacco flavor than it is aromatic flavor, which is strange. Out of an aromatic, you're expecting to have a little more of the chocolate and the scotch. And I guess they balance each other out, and you just end up with a nice tobacco that's not harsh. I'm not catching a lot of tongue bite. Not peaty. There's a little bit of a sweetness on it, but not a lot. Now, it's called After Dinner Mixture, and I'm pleasantly happy with the amount of strength that it has. It's not mild. It's definitely not full. It's ranging between mid-mild to barely full, and that's not bad for something that's not listed as having burley and perique. I mean, these are things I would add to really kick up a good light blend just to make it worth smoking, in my opinion. It's an opinion. Y'all calm down. I'm the kind of guy who could actually smoke straight perique. Yes, I want strength. I smoke cigars. I'll smoke the Double A Hero cigars. I love the cigars. Pipes are just infinitely cheaper compared to. Let's look at it like this. If you smoke one cigar a day, just one, cheapest cigar that you can find on market is Trader Jack's. Now, I'm not suggesting go in there. Please don't. Oh, God, please don't. Supposedly, Bill at StogieReport.com is looking for night owls. Supposedly, they're a pipe tobacco made cigar. They should be sold right next to Swisher Sweets and they're probably having regulations brought against them right now. Hopefully J.C. Newman and all the other groups out there that are fighting for our tobacco rights are able to shut that down. But let's be for real. If you smoke one cigar a day, let's call it a $5 cigar. $5. $5 isn't hard. You can find some great cigars in that range. You can find some dogs in that range, but there's actually some really great cigars at $5. In 4 days, you spent $20. In 10 days, you spent $50. I spent $50 for 2 pounds of tobacco. That's 2 months worth of smoke for the same price as 10 smokes. Yeah, I'm not rich. Did I say that enough yet? Okay, well, I'm not rich. I really wish I could blow smoke rings. I've never been able to. I can fake them. I get little bitty ones. They're useless. Just something to practice. I've seen guys blow these big, gigantic, huge ones you can fit your whole body through. And I'm wanting to know how they do it without being some sort of vape specific crazy person. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that's all right. Doesn't have to. Two weeks ago, I did Revelation Match by Sutliff. Great blend. Albert Einstein's supposedly his preferred blend. I think he was probably onto something. Anyways, half of what Albert Einstein says didn't make sense to me. Doesn't have to. He knew what he was talking about. Other physicists know what he was talking about. I was an electrician, and I'm a boiler inspector. I go crawling through a little sheet of steel, 16 inches wide, 12 inches tall. I fit this whole 240-pound 5'10" body through it. Yeah, I know. Doesn't sound possible, but I do. Alright, so after smoking a little bit, it really kicks up some smoke now. Man, it's actually a surprising amount of smoke. I'm glad I rolled the windows down. I'd be choking in here. My camera's even having a hard time figuring it out. It's focusing on the smoke. Well, anyways, be looking forward to the full review on Voodoo Review. I won't be using this pipe for that. I will be using 4 pipes. Unfortunately, I got to go buy a new clay pipe. Dropped my clay, snapped at the stem. Damn. But Everybody should have a clay. Everybody should have a meerschaum. Everybody should have some cobs. And definitely, if you can, some briars. And I would definitely suggest you look at yard sales, garage sales, flea markets. Find yourself a good throwdown briar. Something that is just not pretty. It's fine. If it smokes great, that's what counts. You don't have to have an $8,000 pipe. I don't even know if pipes are worth $8,000. I've seen some for over $4,000, and I thought those were crazy. I'm having a hard time looking at Peterson pipes and Savinelli's. Most of them are ranked over $100, and I'm just like, are you crazy? If you need a good briar, though, I'm going to tell you, check out RNA Treasures. I got a free pipe from them. They had a little thing going on Instagram where if you get their message out and get it to other people, they would put your name in a free drawing. So I did. Good guys. I mean, what they're doing is great work. But some really, really nice guys. Anyways, I put my name in and I won. And they sent me a pipe. Oh my God. It is the best smoking pipe I've ever had. I thought my ugly briar was good. My ugly briar is a chump compared to what RNA Treasures sent me. Randy, Angelo, your product kicks butt. Serious butt. When I want to smoke something for real, I drag your pipe out, and every Friday I drag your pipe out. Tonight, I got to make sure it's clean so that tomorrow I can drag it out. And I'm going to be smoking some of this, I guarantee. Anyways, hopefully y'all aren't too bored with me yet. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.